Right guys, right, we're digging a big grass field that I got here. First find, let's get out the sun if you. Looks like some sort of, chain sort of tensioning shackle type thing. Like you get on bush wires on a Land Rover or something, you tighten this up and it pulls the chain or the wire tight. Well, that's the first one, it just came out of here about 2 inches down. Right, see you at the next one. Right again, right, I've just come off the main field into, it's like a tiny little wood. It's a bit hard to detect and it's quite rough. But within 2 steps we came in and we came up with this. You see that okay? Right, from what I can make out, it looks like an old sort of candle holder. It's certainly not a bucket with a thing on the top with that. It looks like you put a candle in there, and that's set on a table. It looks like copper, but yeah, it was just here. It's only about 2-3 inches down. So it's a nice little thing. Right, see you on the next one. Hello again. Right, we've moved, like I said, into this little wood, and it appears to be an old dump, bottle dump. We found loads of bottles. Got some here. Let's get out the sun there. And this funny shaped one here, and get the sunlight. There you go. A nice pattern plate piece. Not too sure. Quite nice though. So I've just left those there for now. Right, this is what we just got out of this hole. This little thing here. If you can see that, if it's going to focus for you. Looks like the bottom of a paraffin lantern. It's got a thread here. It's ventilated. Yeah, and these are like little legs where it sits down. Little holes and stuff in it. It looks like some sort of lamp. It's old. So, anyway, we got that, and we pulled up this. If it is a buckle, it's a very thin one, but maybe off a horse. Not too sure what it's made out of. Hard to tell. It's definitely metal. I'm not too sure. I'll have to give it a clean and have a look. It might just be sort of cheap stuff, but it could be. It's too light to be copper or anything like that. It's really, really light. I don't know, some sort of alloy or something. I'll check it out when I get back, and we'll get back to you when we find anything else. That's about it for now. Finding loads of pottery, bits of cups. It's all on the top. Saucers. Wherever you look, there seems to be. Like I said, see, you just move a couple of inches, and you got some more. Some sort of old window glass, really thin stuff. Quite nice. Anyway, we'll get back to you when we find something else. See you in a bit. Okay, right, guys, just came across another big signal. It turned out to be, I don't know if you can see this. There's something refreshing, something drink. It's an old can. This was in there as well. Not too sure what that is. A funny slash cut in it there. Any ideas? It's a weird one. I'll have another look when I get back. I'll take that one with me. Pottery, it's just everywhere. Just pot after pot after pot. It's just. It looks like the old farmhouse dump. Bottle. You can see the bottles lying on the top. I think it's gonna. I'm hoping to come across something that isn't too badly damaged. Most of it seems to be smashed. The two bottles were okay. I got a couple of tins. They might be really old 1940s air rifle pellet tins. They look like old Ely Wasp tins, but the really old ones that were the funny colour. There's nothing in them, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have opened it, and if we found one, then now we would have known. But I've got about another hour, maybe of daylight. So we'll just crack on along this one edge, and then I'll have to come back another day. But it's a huge sort of a dump. I haven't found anything I can date it to yet, but I'll have a look when I get back. Take this for example. Bottles. There's old farm buckets. More pot over there. There's bottles in there. You see his old farm bucket in here. Just seems to be wherever you look. It is hard to detect. That's the one bad thing. I think there's another bucket here. There you go. Another big bucket in there, piece of pot. So plenty of big stones here as well. Maybe from an old building or something, or a massive wall that fell in. That's where the fence is here now. We'll see. But yeah, it's turning out to be pretty interesting. Getting plenty of stuff anyway, rather than just bits of plough parts, which were littered across the field as I come in. Really old broken pieces off the ends of them and the old furrows. But yeah, we'll carry on a little bit along and see how we get on. Right, see you in a bit. Alright guys, right, I just got this out of this hole here, a couple of inches down. It's don't you see that? It's not a very good camera, to be honest. It's a 1 shilling. 1929. Woohoo! My first coin. And I wasn't even going to come across this field. I was going to go the other way. Look at that. That is in absolutely stunning condition. It really is. Looks like it's got a lion on top of a crown on the back. It's really clear. You can read it all. There you go. My very first coin. Yes, get in there. Alright guys. Alright. Just coming to the end of tonight now. I just found this. I just filled the hole back in, unfortunately, but quite a nice buckle. Looks quite old. Not too sure what it's made out of. Brass, maybe, judging by the colour. There is a bit of plastic on it there. Oops. Yeah, it is plastic. No, it's off. Not sure. But yeah, it looks like it's maybe could be brass or copper, I suppose, but it is shiny underneath, so I'm not sure. I'll have a look when I get back. Okay, catch you in a minute. Right, alright guys. Right, sorry it took a little bit longer than I thought to get back to you with the roundup. I actually went out on a second day as well, because I didn't find too much the first day apart from the bits that were in the bottle and rubbish dump across the field here. But anyway, I went out again and we got some more interesting stuff, so we'll get onto those now. These are the things I found in the old bottle dump. It looks to be part from an old oil lantern, paraffin lamp type thing you'd have on a table, maybe the one with the glass bowl underneath. Considering it's perforated, it's in quite good condition. You can still see the hole there where you adjusted the wick, which popped through the top. I think that's the shroud that went on top. I'm not too sure where that went, but it was in the same hole as it, so that's what I'm presuming. That's a little bit shot, but that was a few inches away from it, whereas this was sat in quite a deep hole, really, under a load of moss. But there you go. It's quite nice. Biggest one we pulled out was this. As you can see, it's a candle holder. It's not in the best of condition, but there again, you know, this was in a hole all covered in bottles and stuff, so it's probably been squashing it to death. And it's painted green like an enamel colour. I would have thought there would have been 2 of these, one on each side, just because of the way it's not actually in the centre. So I would have thought there might have been 2. So maybe this is something you had on the table as a light. Maybe you had the glass flutes on top of it. I'm not sure. Same as we're not sure that this hole's meant to be there or it's just right through. So anyway, that's quite an interesting one. Not much else you can say about it really. I have tried to do a bit of research online, but I can't seem to find one that actually matches this. They seem to be the ones that's got the curly handles off the back, whereas this one, oh, you know, it goes to the top of the candle holder itself. Anyway, if we find anything else more, I'll update it and let you know. Right, let's come to this next. I have cleaned them up roughly with a toothbrush, because some of the stuff here is quite fragile and I didn't want to put it in water or anything in case it disintegrated, so it's just been lightly cleaned and it'll just be put back in the box. This was the next thing to come up. At first I thought it was a buckle, it was all covered in mud, but it looks like this has been a hinge, and this might have lifted up and down on top of a tin. So I'm thinking maybe it's an old sort of a gas sort of stove, or maybe a charcoal stove. You can see there where it's had something bolted in, probably a mesh or something here, and this probably sits over the top, making, I don't know, maybe tea or cooking on or something, I'm not sure. But it's very light. It's certainly not a buckle. I thought it might have been part of a pair together for a horse, one of the big plough horses that used to be around here, but starting to think now it's maybe part of a burner of some sort. But yeah, it's interesting. See, there's got a little knobbly bit there, which is definitely not a buckle. And it's very light. It's some sort of tin or alloy. It's lightweight. Right, okay. When we had this come up, looks quite modern. This really looks like the nozzle of a blow lamp. I think that's just made its way off the field just down into where we were in the wood. We had this come up. This is quite nice. This is at the bottle dump as well. Brown glass. There's a metal lid on, that's what gave me the signal. And it says on the back K Russian, or whatever it is, salts. See there, it's not quite focusing, the camera's not like it. It's K Russian salts. So it's probably 40s, maybe 50, something like that. Not sure what salts there. There's a couple of hard pieces in. I don't want to take the lid off because it's going to break. You can see there where it's already got a fracture in the lid. But yeah, it's quite nice. I was finding loads of this. We've got a little furnace here in one of our barns where we used to have a blacksmith doing obviously shoes for horses and stuff, because we live in a really old farm. And I was wondering why so many stones were giving me signals. And then when we looked, you can see that it's actually been fired in a furnace. So this must be like, you know, the slag out of the furnace. It's still got some metal content in it, and this was really singing. Even with iron discrimination on, this was still singing really good. So I dug quite a few of these, driving me mad actually, because they were pinging and you could just see stones. So there you go, there's quite a few of them. I suppose it's quite interesting how they made their way from the farm into the field, but there you go. A tiny little thing, I think it's a rivet of some sort. The way it's got a double end to it, it looks like it's been a hammered rivet holding two pieces of something together. It's quite interesting. Whoops, and we have this. It's a bit twisted, but it looks like a buckle of some sort. Probably for some reins off a horse. brass, I think, by the feel of it. It's quite heavy as well. But that's what I think that one is. Here's another buckle. This just looks like a belt buckle. It has got the pin that was on there, like so. That fell off as soon as I cleaned it. I just touched it and it came off. But not too sure what it's made out of. It's quite heavy. It could be brass. It's hard to tell. It won't really clean up too much. But yeah, it's quite nice, I suppose. One of the big nails. It's a square head nail. Quite a long one, flat-ended. Yeah, that gave a really good signal, as you can imagine. Another one of the bigger things is that it looks like a chain shackle for on a plough or something like that, just to tighten up the chains, pull something together. You can see where it's still got part of the bolt going through there where the chain would have come out. That's what I think it is anyway. It's something definitely farm machinery related. It's huge and it's iron. This was in one of the holes with one of the other things, so I thought I'd just bring it back. Let you have a look at that. Another farm machinery. This looks like a pen. Won't clean up very well, obviously. It's iron. It's really badly corroded, but there you go. Another thing. One of the many nails that were popping up. These look like horseshoe nails. Another one here. This is a round head. Quite a big nail. This might come out of a fence post. Things a bit too long for a horseshoe, but there you go. They did have some pretty big horses around here, so not sure. But there's loads of those. One of the tins. This is a boot polish tin. I'm not sure if a little bit in the light you can just see on the top. It says Cherry Blossom, and on the side you can see there black. Cherry Blossom boot polish. Yeah. And there's quite a few of these. There was lids of these everywhere. Here's another one. I'm not sure about this one. There's nothing on it. I couldn't get anything off this one, so no idea. Another one of the blank ones. Cigarette tin maybe. They've been square. Nothing on the lid though. You just couldn't get anything off it. Another one of the ones that I can't tell. It's a nice red colour. Can't really get a name of it. I suppose I could put it in the sink and give it a clean, but I don't think it's anything really. Again, it looks like a cigarette tin, something like that. Wish I could have found the whole one of this in good condition, because these are selling quite good. Believe it or not, people paying money for these. It's a 1960s Zoob's cough lozenge tin lid. I think it's the lid. Yeah, and it's the bottom. I thought I didn't have the bottom on, not it? Yeah, it's not in very good condition, as you can see. The only way you can see Zoob's is just where the glue has stopped the rest of the tin sort of degrading, and it's actually left like a tattoo of it. Well, that's all you can see. There's nothing around the side. There's nothing in it. It's empty. But yeah, I know there are people that collect these, believe it or not. That's interesting. We think it's from the 60s. So obviously some farm worker or somebody's left it on the field, and this eventually got ploughed its way down to the banks. Yeah, interesting. Another one of the lids, or the bottom I should say, unidentifiable, pretty badly damaged. Looks like it's been hit by all sorts. Yep, nothing, I can't ID that. It's probably another cigarette tin or something similar. Lots and lots and lots of this in where the bottle dump was. Quite pretty pattern. Loads of this stuff, this blueware. It looks like it's been a bowl of some sort with a high side. A dish here. It's quite nice. Square nut. Iron. Heavy. Another one little rivet. A tiny one. Stones again. from the furnace. These are really light, so obviously these have been fired. There's coke in these. They weigh nothing at all. Yeah, it's like a piece of aluminium, nothing at all. But yeah, they've been fired, so they've probably come out of the furnace. I'm throwing them all over the place. Right, and the best find I had. This is my actual very first coin. Yeah, first time out I get a coin. And there it is. It's a George V 1929 shilling. Not sure how the camera's picking it up, because it's not the best camera in the world, to be honest, but there you go. It's in really good condition. Quite nice. George head to the left. It's got a lion on the back, on the crown, with a cross on its tail. Yeah, that's really nice. Very chuffed with that first coin, and the silver to boot as well, silver shilling. Fantastic. Love it. Right, well, that's it for now, I think. The box is empty. I'll do another video pretty soon. I was going to go out again today, but the weather's absolutely terrible, so we won't be doing that. But yeah, can't believe it. Coin. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video and you want to see some more. Like I said, I've only done a couple of walks just up and down the field, maybe just 2 passes up and down, and there's still hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, of acres to do, so we'll get around to those when we can. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and hopefully we'll get back soon with another video and some more interesting finds. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.